And that is none other than California. California, the most populous state in the Union. And it might be the most beautiful state in the Union. At least a lot of people think so. But California has its issues, and let's take a look at what's going on in Los Angeles.
Been plagued with problems since it opened. LA's 6th Street Bridge is currently covered in graffiti, and thieves are stealing copper wiring. That means many of the lights here aren't working. And LAPD officers now drawing attention to the ongoing problems on this broken down bridge. NBC4's Alex Rozier took a trip there today to see what it looks like.
When the 6th Street Bridge opened in 2022, it quickly became one of the city's biggest attractions. Now, a little more than 3 years later, some say it's a bit of a mess. In a post on X, LAPD's Lillian Carranza with the Central Bureau said in part, quote, "Our 6th Street Bridge in Los Angeles no longer lights up at night, and it is covered with graffiti. Thieves repeatedly steal the copper wiring and have left the bridge in the dark. Patrol has been increased and graffiti removal requested." Charles lives in the Arts District and walks the...
All right, guys, let me go to the map and show you where this bridge is. Oh, I'm already here. So here you see Los Angeles, downtown. So it is right here over the LA River, downtown Los Angeles. And you see it's a lot of train tracks in this area. Yep, so here it is. It's elevated over this industrial area right here and crosses the LA River, headed into downtown.
Often.
It used to be a beautiful, clean bridge, but now you look at it, it's so much graffiti everywhere.
If you walk up and down the bridge today, you'll see some of the sidewalks and the bridge's barriers are covered in graffiti. And so are the bases of almost every arch on this bridge, too. In a bit of good news, LA Council member Isabel Jurado's office said today they've now hired the Los Angeles Conservation Corps to help clean up the bridge. This morning, crews removed graffiti on 6 of the arches. But as the officer noted, graffiti is just part of the problems on this $588 million bridge. If you take a walk with me on this bridge, you'll see that a lot of these high voltage boxes have had their tops removed, and people have been stealing copper wire. That's why the lights are out.
The bridge used to be lit up, and now the lights are gone. So it'd be a real joy to have the lights come back on the bridge one day.
I think it's bad.
Wow. So, as we can see here in California, the local folks of Los Angeles don't seem to respect the local infrastructure. And after spending quite a bit of time out west, well, on the West Coast here recently, I will say that these West Coast cities do have issues with vandalism and graffiti that you just don't see in other parts of the country. Well, at least not in the Southeast. So one thing I will say about the South is that you just don't get this type of disrespect for the infrastructure. I mean, Seattle, Portland, the Bay Area, and of course now we see right here, Los Angeles, graffiti everywhere. Now graffiti is one thing, but they are stealing the copper out of the lighting. What in the world is going on in Los Angeles? I mean, we're stealing copper from bridge lighting. My. Let's continue.
Everywhere in Los Angeles.
Amy said the issue of copper wire theft extends beyond the bridge, and she said it needs to be addressed elsewhere first.
I think, yeah, bad on the bridge, but I would rather have the copper wire stuff be dealt with in residential neighborhoods where people are walking and where there's more of a threat.
In Officer
Wait, so my California folks, is this what's going on in LA? They're stealing copper out of residential streetlights and bridges? Are times that hard out here? Like, what is going on? God, this is wild.
This post, she said fixing the issues plaguing the bridge will require a multi-layer.
Say that there wasn't any issues with crime enforcement in Los Angeles recently? Weren't they in the news for that?
Community-focused approach.
I know people really enjoyed it when it was all lit up, so I just hope that something is done at some point.
I'm Alex Rozier, NBC4 News.
We reached out to Mayor Bass for reaction on what's happened here, and this is the statement we received from her office this afternoon. The LAPD has a dedicated heavy metal task force that will continue to hold people accountable and made more than 100 arrests and recovered thousands of pounds of copper wire in 2024. Mayor Bass has worked to better.
Okay, yeah. So, looks like in LA we don't respect anything anymore. We are vandalizing $500 million bridges and stealing the copper from the bridge and the street lights. LA, California, you just see stuff like this. But it's a great place to visit, definitely.